Hi, my name is Chrissie Morneault, and I did my speech on the importance of prearranging your funeral. Everyone dies. Yep, it's one of the only things that every single person in the world has in common. People try not to think about it. I guess if they think that it won't happen, then maybe it won't. Unfortunately, they're wrong. Death finds everyone. Rich, poor, black, or white, death doesn't care. So what does that mean? Plan your funeral. Planning your own funeral arrangements allows you the comfort of knowing that your body is taken care of. It assures that you will not be a burden to your family financially, and it also guarantees that you'll get exactly what you want after you're gone. The average funeral costs between $8,000 and $10,000, according to LearnVest. That is a large number for the average family. Funeral expense, the breakdown, actually has it up to $15,000. Most people don't think about their funeral. If something that old people think about, unfortunately, death does not always come for the old. So how many people actually plan for their death? According to The Director, a funeral magazine, printed September 2015, most people tell someone what they want, 70% of people. Only 37.4% of people have an actual will or a letter written down stating what they want. So who actually plans their own funeral? According to the poll taken in September of 2015, 21.1% of people have planned for their funeral, which leaves 78.9% of people have nothing ready and are not planned. So first, let's discuss a person's final wishes. They are very individualized. With so many choices and decisions, how is someone else supposed to know exactly what somebody else wants? For instance, I can tell my family I want to be cremated, but what does that mean to my family? Do I want a service? What do I want the ashes? Is there going to be a memorial service? All of these questions can be answered during the pre-arrangements, and all that pressure will not be added to the family while they are already grieving. I know firsthand of the relief that people can feel after they know that their arrangements are made. Not only knowing who will be taking care of you, but that there will be enough funds. Because if there are not enough funds, you may not get what you want. Also, it weighs very heavily on a mind, especially of someone who's passing away. Next, let's talk about the funeral funds. As I stated earlier, funerals are very expensive. Pre-arrangements also allow you to prepay for your funeral. Most people, when they're sick, are when they pass away. Leaving large doctor bills, it can make paying for a funeral even more challenging. When you prepay for your funeral, the money can go into two funds, either a revocable or an irrevocable account. If it goes into a revocable account, that means that you can have the money back if you change your mind on your final disposition or you decide to move out of the area. If you decide to put your money in an irrevocable account, it can only be withdrawn to pay for your funeral. Either way, the money is placed in a secure account and continues to gain interest. Not all people prepay, some just make pre-arrangements. However, people who do not prepay may not receive everything that they want because there may not be funds at the time of death. The final point I'd like to talk about is getting what you want. After you no longer are able to speak for yourself, did you know that without having an arrangement done, your next of kin gets to make all your funeral arrangements? And there are so many choices for funeral arrangements. Just burial or cremation. If you choose burial, where would you like your body to be interred? Or do you want a wood or a metal casket? Do you have the important items with you in your casket when you're buried? Cremation. Will you have a viewing before you're cremated? Do you want your ashes buried, scattered, or put in a niche in a cemetery? There's also some spectacular things they could do with ashes. They can be placed in fireworks, shot into space, or made into a reef at the bottom of the ocean. All of these decisions can be discussed when you pre-plan your funeral, along with many more. So, pre-arrangement takes less than 2 hours. It involves making an appointment with a funeral home in your area, You'll need basic information such as your social security number, your date of birth, your mother's maiden name, and your highest level of education, to just name a few. During this time, all your wishes, concerns, and questions can be discussed. You can sign all your own paperwork, and you can have everything put in order. Payments can be made at this time, or prepayment plans can be arranged. Death is inevitable. Just because you put it off won't change that. Knowing your finances are taken care of, your wishes are taken care of, and your final disposition is taken care of can relieve your family of undue stress and allow them the time to grieve and celebrate your life. Don't leave such an important part of life up to chance.